Texas A&M on the road against Missouri, and I kept going back and forth in this game, even after we broke it down last week. Of not that I thought A&M was going to lose, but could this be a moment where Missouri could keep it close? Could that defense? We gave the stats of how they've been able to really suffocate quarterbacks and not let mobile quarterbacks, get going in the run game. Could you force Marcel Reed to be a true passer and force him to win the game throwing the football? And my God, he's doing it. He is. I think that narrative is dead. I talked about it a few weeks ago, in the game against Florida, of like how impressed I've been in his growth throwing the football, and he just keeps getting better and better and better and better. And I don't think that there's a question right now in the locker room there in College Station of, oh, if he can't run the football, we're in trouble. Like, no, like that's like the cherry on top of right now of this offense is Marcel running it. What this offense is built on is obviously Ruben Owens and the offensive line, but Casey Concepcion and Craver and the arm of Marcel Reed is the driving force. And then the fact that he can have moments where he can run the football is just like an extra benefit.
Correct.
I mean, this offense is one of the best offenses in the country. And like, I don't know how you stop them. Right. Missouri is a very, very good defense, very good defense. And they put up 38 points on them.
Yeah. Yeah. And almost 500 yards. I mean, they're explosive. They're balanced. They have big time playmakers. They're not afraid to, just run the ball 4 yards a clip, but also can bust it for 57. They're patient, and I think they're really well coached. I think they have a nasty, big, mean offensive line, and you have a weapon at quarterback that, like you said, they're not reliant like maybe an Oklahoma is or was on John Mateer running it, a bunch. Vandy, like him running it a bunch. That they can operate within the system, and if that allows it, sure, he'll take it 20, 30 yards, no problem, maybe more than that. So that's what I love about this offense. They have answers, they have guys, they have depth. You mentioned those receivers. I mean, Concepcion and Craver are just sick. I mean, they're so fun to watch. They're really good players, make a lot of different things happen. And then the defense did pretty much what I thought. Now, I don't want to say concerned because I do think Hardy is very good and a monster. But 200 yards rushing, when you give that up, it's kind of like
they've been a little bit iffy against the run this season.
I know, and it's a little concerning.
That.
It's a little concerning moving forward, just when you start playing, big boy football there. But I mean, the fact that they held this guy to 7 of 22, I knew that was going to be an issue. I knew that he was going to struggle against these guys. And you look at the receiver stats, dude. Like, you have 3 guys who with 1 or 0 yards. You have one guy that, kind of went off. He had a big play, a 30-something yard play. But other than that, I mean, it was lockdown. There was no hope. There was no room. And he wasn't necessarily running for his life, but they were getting back there. They weren't hitting him as much. I thought they'd hit him more, get back there more. But they were getting after him. And it was very uncomfortable for that young man's first start. And this game went about as I thought it should, just given all the factors kind of piled into one.
I will say this, like if I didn't look at the scores, I just went to the big sets I want to see. Like, 1, could you control Marcel Reed? And then 2, could you run the football yourself? So if I just didn't look at any stats besides this or the score of the game, just said, okay, Marcel ran for only 29 yards, and then you ran for 207 yards, and two running backs that had over 100 yards. If I just told you that, you'd be like, okay, well that could have been a good 4-quarter game. Like that's those are 2 of the sets you had to hit. But then the fact that you look at the quarterback stats and Marcel's 20-29, 221, and then Zoller's was 7 of 22 for 77 and 3.5 yards per attempt is just like, wow, that was the difference maker. So, listen, if Missouri maybe had Pure healthy, could the game be a little bit more interesting? 100%. But I just think right now A&M is just, I think the word you said is balance is just so perfect. They are so balanced, especially in offense. And yes, there's some issues defensively in the run game and, them giving up some chunk plays. And, it's a little skewed because of the sack numbers go against the running numbers for an offense. So their run defense looks better on paper than maybe what it really is. And that was obviously shown in this game. But overall, I love A&M, man. They're winning football games, and they finally got over that. Oh, we're just an 8-4 football team.
Correct.
Like, hey, no, we're not. We're now 9-0, and everything in front of them going forward with South Carolina, Sanford, and then obviously on the road against Texas to finish this season off. So unfortunately for Missouri, man, it was a really good season, trending in the right way. And then now back-to-back losses, 3 of the past 4 against quality teams: Alabama, Vanderbilt, A&M. 3 teams that could all be in the playoffs. And obviously you're without your starting quarterback as well. But I still think Missouri can get to 8-4, 9-3. And I think for Eli Drinkwitz, that's a great season.
Sure.
Not what they wanted, not what they were expecting, but still a really good season. So